Queensland as a whole is a very competitive market, and we find architects actually work very, very hard to get the best out of the building and ensure you're competitive as a developer.
What we want to do as developers, we want to be pushed by our architectural designers into challenging our thinking and providing not just what the market wants today, what it wants in the future.
And the buildings will have a 30, 40, 50, 60 year life. We establish as part of our brief the future-proofing of the building.
Good design doesn't have to be expensive, it has to be well thought out.
We enjoy a robust conversation with our design team in terms of challenging us to take our design from here to here.
Good design is not about building the most expensive and shiniest buildings. It's about being smart with the materials you go and use, how those materials are used, the thought process through how people connect with the building. Design is such an important part of that process, and it doesn't need to be expensive.
It makes us feel good about ourselves, and therefore we're going to be more productive and more excited, and we're going to encourage our networks from around the world to spend time here. Providing an environment, a social environment where people can easily integrate and introduce themselves and network with people they don't normally meet with, and talk about their passions and find new ideas and new areas to work with, has added great value for us. That required creative architectural design.
The best new ideas come from chance encounters on staircases and hallways. The social space of a building is often just as important as the operational space of the building.
据孙向东董事长介绍，当时的设计是由世界上和我们国内的著名的体育建筑设计公司，一共11家来参加投标的。澳大利亚昆士兰建筑设计公司在这11家里面脱颖而出，他们的设计以优美的外形、合理的规划、新颖的理念，取得了专家评委的一致好评。
I'm actually quite amazed by the way that they treat their clients, the flexibility that they have. They are happy to explore into areas that they have never explored before.
They pride themselves in coming up with a fresh and new approach. They're not scared at looking at different materials to come up with unique forms.
There is demands associated with time and with budget and quality and those sorts of things, and balancing all of that up. And I think they're fantastic at that. I've worked with many different types of architects over the years, and the ones I keep coming back to are the Queensland-based ones who are very, very good at combining all of those elements.
The best market uptake will take when we can deliver very sustainable solutions at an affordable value, and Queensland architects have definitely led the way in terms of doing that from a green perspective. Of significance, Queensland now has per capita more green buildings in the office space than any other part of the country.
I quite enjoy working with the architects that we work with because of their collaborative approach and their way in which their skill makes you look good.
Again and again, we found that Queensland architects really are dominating in providing international world-class standards and very much leading in relation to delivering sustainable solutions.
Through very simple design changes and some thought, you can bring about some significant changes to the energy consumption of buildings. And why it hasn't happened before, I don't know, but it's there to be done, and I think Queensland architects have really led the way.
We live in the subtropics and the tropics, and these have different extremes of heat and rain and floods.
It was certainly a revelation to us to be able to see the end result as far as the outdoors was concerned. The ideas that have been put forward here in Townsville are easily transferable to a lot of countries throughout Southeast Asia. That ability, I guess, to use the older structures in particular as part of a whole new project, adapting those buildings to current everyday use. That's important to us because it does reflect our past, but it gives people the opportunity to use those buildings for a new modern day purpose.
The Asia Pacific region has many of the climatic challenges that we have here in Queensland. I think that subtropical climate and working design with that's definitely a transportable skill through the Asia Pacific region. I would encourage all international developers and investors to take the time to consider Queensland architects. They really can provide world-class standards. I think they'll also will provide learnings that they can take back to their home markets as well.